we are having a national conversation right now about race in America and racial strife. Is that, in your view, going to affect the outcome of the election in any way?
Will it affect the outcome? I hope it doesn't, because I feel like it is a subject that gets pulled out during election times, and unfortunately, it does get pulled out. And I feel as though it's been beaten to death. I mean, this race subject, if we keep talking about it, it's great. We can all get along, and it just feels like it becomes a political issue, and I want it to be a personal issue. I want people to change their hearts. Okay, I've taken it upon myself to help disadvantaged kids in my city, and I teach in an inner city school, and I try desperately to help people that need help. And if they're white or black, it doesn't matter. I just want to help people. Okay, and that's just where I am.
So when it is talked about on the campaign trail, when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris talk about race, you see that as a negative?
I see it as a political issue, and I don't want it to be a political issue. I want it to be something personal. I want it to be a personal issue. And when you bring it up as politics, I think it turns people off to actually changing their hearts.
And yet, JR, you have said that race relations are one of the top reasons that you are going to go vote for Joe Biden. Can you explain that?
Just past few months, you know, the Black Lives Matter thing, what really angered me was 8 minutes in a few seconds. We reduced a human being down to a fake $20 bill, basically. You know, we're talking about George Floyd. And it made me look at the total 3 years of all the evidence of what the president has done. I gave him a chance, but 8 minutes on someone's neck, that's a very long time. That's a lifetime.
And you blame the president for the actions of those police officers?
I blame the president because he doesn't show the fruits of kindness, love, respect, and humility and understanding of people. He doesn't. He never does. He always, it's like my way or the highway. Yeah, he gave HBCU some money for votes. But where is his heart? Where is his mind? That's why I just don't understand. I mean, these people are people. We are all people. If we're the United States, we are all in this together. It says it right there, the first 3 words or 4 words, we the people. Mm-hmm. And I just don't understand that. You reduce this guy down, I don't care what crime he did or allegedly did. No one should be treated like that. I don't care who you are. And the president said, but the tiki torches in Charlottesville, that's what really got me. Because if you think about what the tiki torches are, it comes from Hawaii, Native people. These people took, and then that shows how undereducated they are. They took torches from people of a minority to do evil. And the president condoned it. He said, there's good people on all sides. I've never seen it in my whole life. I've only been on this earth 42 years. That's a short time, I understand that. But I'm not naive and I'm not stupid. Dog whistles are dog whistles. What he said at that debate was a travesty, and he could have squashed it all. He may even had my respect if he would have said, oh yeah, for real. No, I can't condone none of that. No hate groups. But he wouldn't do it. So that lets me know hate is in his heart.
Juan, you look like you're being dismissive of what JR just said.
And that's where we go, where everything's the president's fault. Some rogue cops kill a man, horrible death. should never have happened. I don't fault the president. I fault those individuals. To me, the fire has been stoked by other groups of people who are trying to play on people's weaknesses. So when you see somebody throwing a brick, then another person grabs a brick. When you see somebody breaking a window, then more people break a window. And that doesn't help anybody. And it's made something horrible, horribly worse. And I don't think that's a good thing. And I have heard President Trump denounce white supremacy over and over and over. That night, he said, sure. And then Chris Wallace kept going. Will you, again, it's just craziness. He's done it over and over. And it doesn't matter how many times he does it, they'll still say he's a racist. I'm a Latino male. I'm 53 years old. I support him 100%. And I don't think he has a shred of racism in him. This man has done more for the minority population than any president has. I support him.
I think everybody wants to be heard, but I think that there's been so many things that have happened to the minorities that they feel nobody listens to them, or nobody sees them, or nobody speaks up for them. And I think they're trying to make a point across. I just don't think the president should be blamed for it.
I think that when you have a leader who just doesn't seem to think it's a big deal, and I'm not blaming the president, it's just because what Lorraine said is true. We want to be heard, you know what I mean? We just want someone to act like they understand, that they even care. And I'm even saying just act like you don't even really have to care, just act like you do. Just give us a chance. I'm so grateful for this time here, just to be heard about how I even feel about those things. You know, I'm so grateful for that. And really, that's all anybody's ever asking, is just give us a chance to be heard. And it's a shame that in the protest that people come in and make things, you know, it just makes it so unorganized and things get so crazy. Then it takes away from what the protest is really about. And I think that's very unfortunate.
How do you think about mixing race and politics?
I need to know that my elected officials are going to care about someone that looks like me. You know, they're going to care about my family, you know, that they're actually going to, you know, maybe put policies in place that make things a little bit better for us. Or even just, here's the thing about it, just let it be fair. I just want to have the same chance that everybody else has. I don't want to have to be one that has to work 10 times harder, you know, than a man does. And I definitely don't want to have to be a Black woman working 20 times harder just to, you know, level the playing field. I'm just asking for an equal chance. So it matters to me.
I have friends and family members who are Black, and I know it is not as easy for them to move through this world as it is for me. And it's just not right. And as much as I also would like people's hearts and minds to change, I would like to see their actions change first. I have some close friends who have been pulled over by the police so many times that they have lost count, and it's a funny joke whenever it happens. You know, I've been pulled over once or twice for like not having my registration up to date, but my experience has been thoroughly different, and I can't ignore that. And who am I to say that they don't get to be mad about this? I don't think you can separate politics from this issue. I don't think you can.
Tom, do you think that when it comes to all the issues on minds of voters right now, that the candidates are appealing to all classes, all groups, as they should be?
Overall, I would say Trump is trying to appeal to everyone, and I'm going to be critical a little bit about the media here. You asked Mr. Trump this more than I've ever heard you ask any other candidate, any other public official this question. And so how many times does he have to denounce it? I mean, it seems like it's a club that you keep beating him over the head with, and he keeps saying it, and maybe he's getting tired of hearing the question too. I mean,
So you heard clearly a condemnation on Tuesday?
I heard him say, stand down. I don't know. There's a lot of talking over, which we all heard. And so I've heard him before say that white supremacists were not acceptable in any format. And so I don't know why he's being held to a standard that he has to answer the question nearly every time in public. And I don't know, I guess you keep bringing it up as in the media. And so it becomes this ongoing narrative, which is almost unattainable, no matter how many times he denounces it.